All right, so we are going to be creating a Google Sheets with drop-down menus to help you with your writing conferences so you can help sort and you can peer edit and create mini lessons from the data that you're going to input. And the data that you input will be really easy if you load it with drop-down menus. So this is how we get started. On the top right-hand side, you can see my cursor on the waffle. I tap the waffle and I'm going to find Sheets. It's the green one. I tap Sheets and that will open up Google Sheets. I then tap the plus sign. And the very first thing I want to do is I want to name it by tapping on the untitled spreadsheet. I'm going to tap and highlight that and I'm going to click delete. Now put writing. I'll write writing conferences. And I might want to just write the year that I'm doing that. All right, now that you've done and named it, what you want to do is you want to expand these cells. You'll probably need a little bit more room. So what I'm doing is I'm putting my cursor on cell column A, and you notice that it's right. It helps me stretch. Notice that column A is now larger. On column B, I do the same thing and I stretch it. Column C, I stretch. And let's say column D, I stretch. All right, now what I want to do is I want to name column A. What I want to do is, let's see if I can name it. I'll call this student name. All right, and just by simply tapping on A1, and then I can write the student. Let's say put date. I'm going to put here, I'm going to put genre. Oh, I'm going to actually put trimester. Here I'll put genre. I want to stretch this out a little bit. I'm going to put complement. Next steps would be my next column. And the last one will be notes. Just quick notes that you can write. So since we're taking, so now what I want to do is I can make this fancy, but I don't want to bore you, but I'm going to highlight those cells. And if I wanted to fill what I highlight with a different color, let's say all yellow, if I want to change the font so it's easier, as long as it's highlighted, you can do a lot of changes. I can change the font color and maybe even the size. All right, that's the easy stuff. Now, I've already formatted it. Now I'm thinking, how do I create a drop-down menu with all of my students? In order for that to happen, I want you to take your cursor and move all the way down where you see sheet 1. Notice that you have a drop-down menu. I'm going to tap on the drop-down menu and I am going to tap on rename. I want to name this writing conferences. All right. Now, I can't create a drop-down menu with just one sheet. The way I look at drop-down menus is you have to create a separate sheet to kind of put the data that you want to load on your original sheet that you're looking at. I call it my dumping ground. So in order for you to do the drop-down menu, it's called data validation, you need a dumping ground, a little sheet. So notice where I have the writing conferences sheet where you're looking at. Notice that I have a plus sign on the left. I'm going to tap on it, and now I have a new sheet. It's a completely different sheet from the one that you're looking at here. And I'm going to call this sheet, by tapping on the drop-down menu, I'm going to call this my dumping ground. All right, now let's get started. To create data, what I want to do is I want to scroll all the way down. First, I'm going to click on this cell here, and I'm going to drag it as far as I can. Let's say I have 25 students, or even if I had 25 students, I'm going to use this sheet quite a bit. So I'm highlighting this. And now I'm going to click on data. And then all the way down data, you will see something called data validation. I won't change anything here, but what I will do is I will look at this rectangle here next to list from arrange, and I'm going to click on the grid. and it will ask me what data do I want to put in there. I don't have any data, but what I want to do is I want to have data from my dumping ground. So let's do this. I'll have Kara, say Megan, say Steph, say Alex, and Kathy. All right, that's my data. So notice what I'm going to do is I'm going to highlight those names in my dumping ground sheet. Notice it says that the data that you're going to bring over to that original sheet will be from dumping ground sheet A1 through A5. I'm going to say, yes, I definitely want that. I'm not going to worry about anything. I just want to show a warning. I don't want to reject the input. I don't want to worry about this. Everything is good. That's my dumping ground. And I'm going to click save. Now I go back to my original. Notice that I now have a drop-down menu of the students. Pretty cool, huh? So what I'm going to do now is go to, there we go. Go to, I don't want dates. I could do something, but trimester. So for trimester, I'm going to highlight as far as I want to. I go to my dumping ground sheet. I think about T1 up here, T1, make that nice and neat. T1, T2, T3. Now what I want to do is I want to highlight it. Let me go back to my writing conferences, and where I highlighted, I'm going to click on data. I'm going to click on data validation. I'm going to not move anything, not touch anything except this little waffle here. Now it's ready for me to input the data from the dumping ground. I'm going to go to my dumping ground and I highlight. Notice it says dumping ground sheet, cell B1, colon to B3. I click OK. Now I'm going to click save. So what that's doing is it's bringing it over to my sheet. Watch. There we go. Now I want to do one more thing. I want to do genre. Let's make sure I did this correctly. Oops. All right, I'm going to go all the way up. This is trimester. Let me make some cells for genre. So I'm highlighting underneath genre all the way down. I go to my dumping ground. Actually, go back. Now I click on data. I click on data validation. Again, I don't mess with anything here. I don't change anything. Show warning is good. List from range is good. I just click on the waffle. Now it's asking me to input what cells do I want to input. I go to my dumping ground where I created. Oops, I didn't create. So I'm going to create now. I'm going to create a narrative. I'll create argument. Oh, but just put opinion. And I'll put argument. I don't even know if I'm spelling it right. I'm pretty sure I'm not spelling it right and I can't see anything. All right, argument. Let's just go for that. So now I'm highlighting it. Notice it's telling you dumping ground, cell C1, colon C3. I click OK. I click save. Then I go back. Notice that I have your drop down menu. That is basically how you do it. I will be happy to help you this week.